Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? All right. The coffee's fresh and I'm ready to go. Hello, Walter, John, Alyssa, Hidemi, Audrina, Ashley, Jacynthia, Shosho, Lily, Adrian, Justin. How's everybody doing today? Shitty? Yeti, why are you feeling shitty? Hi, Als. How are you? Al says, I broke no contact after 2 months, and she said she was getting to know a new guy, but they are not in a relationship. Any advice? Yeah, don't give it any airtime. You know, don't give it any more life than it needs. Don't make it any more real than it needs to be. Hi, Vanessa, how are you? Austin, fire away, my friend. If you guys have questions, now's the time. We're going to be streaming for a bit, answering a couple of questions, having some coffee. Yeah, you know, sometimes I have a little aside. Here, you guys want a quick aside before we jump into all the questions? Who liked the Game of Thrones Season 8 ending? You know what, let me rephrase. Who liked Season 8 of Game of Thrones at all? So while I'm waiting for those answers to come in, I'll get to some breakup questions. Honey says, it's been 43 days, he didn't reach out to me yet. Not a single text, how heartless and stubborn. Rory, I miss him like hell, it's so difficult. That is normal, you do need to give it the time and the space. Allow him to be able to compare, right? And in the meantime, this is when you're focusing on you. Make the next 43 days matter more than the last 43 days, right? And I'm going to make this announcement now, just because I always do. The best way for me to see your question is to do two things. A, bearing in mind that there's a bunch of you here. So just copy and paste your question and post it like once every minute, which will help me get it to you. B, keep the question shorter. If it's a multiple part question, I'm much less likely to get to it, right? Okay, so Hidemi says, I told my ex after I started no contact that I'll contact him when I'm ready. When he noticed I was staying away from him, do you think I made the right move? Yeah. I think that if you need space from your ex and you're telling your ex, hey, I need space, yeah, that's totally fine. Now, you've put yourself in a position where you need to contact your ex, but it's not the worst thing in the world, right? So, let's see. Summer says, hi, is there a chance of reconciliation? When we broke up, I cheated, and he has a rebound girl now after a month. Is it possible to connect again? He blocked me on all social media. I deactivated it all. It's gonna be rough because you cheated. Does that make it impossible? No. So, to your question, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. I'm inventing words already. It's only like 3 minutes in. It is possible. Yes. Let's see. Blaz says, I'm currently working on myself, and my question is, what's the best way to approach this during no contact? Should I ask her to leave my stuff outside in a box? I think you want to message her about the stuff and just get it, right? So, in no contact, you want to think about this. As it relates to the dumper, one of the biggest reasons we go into no contact is to give them some time and space away from us, right? So to give them some time and space away from us. Now, I say this in every video I ever make. No contact is for you. So, I want everybody in front of your computer or cell phone, repeat this with me. No contact is for you. It is not for them. However, as an addition to no contact's effectiveness, it does help you and them miss you. So, one of the reasons it's going to help them miss you. Dan Bacon's an idiot, Peyton. Anything about Dan Bacon, ignore. It's horrible advice. He has no idea what he's talking about. He doesn't have any degree in any of this. He's just some random guy. Dan Bacon, Brad Browning, Clay Andrews, Michael Seltzer, whatever his name is, Sider. Stay away from those guys. Love Advice TV, stay away from them. They don't know what they're talking about. Go after the people who have credentials or the people who are being non-manipulative. Talk about Craig Kenneth. Talk about the dating guy. Myself. Some people don't like Corey Wayne, but what Corey Wayne says is not necessarily incorrect. People just don't like how he packages it. So back to the question, because the question was asked, what do I do about this, my stuff, right? If you break no contact about your stuff to get your stuff back, then just call them up, say, hey, can you put my stuff in a box and mail it to me, or leave it outside and I'll grab it? Or if you're not ready to confront your ex, you don't need to, right? So, about reaching out to your ex to get your stuff back, I think that's totally fine if they want to leave it in a box and you can come get it. That seems completely reasonable to me. All right, let's get to another question here. Hi, Talia. How are you? Or Talia. I'm not sure which way to pronounce it. Glad you're here. Lily says, so if he texts me and we're long-distance relationship, what should I do first to not scare him with meeting right away? Just don't text him about meeting right away. That's all you need to do, right? A couple texts back and forth, but at the same time, you don't want him reaching out if he doesn't want to be friends. Let me rephrase that. Partners. You don't want him reaching out unless he wants partnership. So let him know. Hey, I'm not interested in being friends with you, right? Make it clear. Roxanne, I see your questions being posted. Or rather, I see that you're posting. I'm not looking at your questions here. Nothing that I can see. Try posting your question one more time. I'll keep an eye out for it. Alyssa says, how do you set up boundaries with an ex? My cheater ex tries to initiate unwanted sex every time he comes to my home to see our son. I did the work and have moved on. I no longer want him in any way. You want to consider, is having him to your home to see your son the best way, or can your son go to him instead? Or, you know, have them hang out somewhere outside of the house, right? If he tries to initiate sex, he's not listening to you. And then if he's not going to listen to you, you know, you don't want to... You really don't want to use your son as a tool, like a manipulation tool against that, but if he's not respecting your physical boundaries, you got to think of a way that he does not come inside your house to talk to you, or be with you, or be near you if you don't want him. Okay, Roxanne says, do you think there's a chance, even after multiple times of my ex saying it's over now, there's nothing we can do about the relationship, but at the same time he keeps saying he misses his best friend? Yeah, you can tell him, dude, I don't miss you as my best friend. I miss you as my partner. I'm not interested in being your friend. I have plenty of friends. You know what I mean? Your ex, I want to say this to everybody, so I'm going to ignore the questions for a minute while I answer this. So hold your questions just for a sec. When an ex, and I really should do a video about this, because I haven't covered this well. An ex who wants... Okay, I'm going to put this on the back burner to answer this one question. Ashley says, Rory, it's been a month of no contact. I want to break it. Emotional roller coasters over here. Is there a time limit? Is there... Where'd your question? There it is. Is there a time in certain circumstances that you can reach back out? Coach Lee has spoke on this. Yeah, but Coach... My thoughts on Coach Lee are not nice ones in terms of that sort of stuff, because he has 100 videos saying, hey, do no contact, and then one video saying, oh, well, I mean, you can reach out. What do you have to lose? You have to lose everything, right? You have to lose your self-respect. You have to lose your self-love. You have to lose all the healing that you've done. The fact that you still want your partner more than they want you, and you had to go to them to get them, right? They learn nothing. So when people like Coach Lee, who packaged the majority of his videos, is very helpful, and if he's helping you guys, awesome, right? It's about getting help. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend other coaches if I was just hating on everybody. I'm trying to get you guys away from the negative, manipulative information. Reaching back out to an ex who does not want you, who did not care enough to reach out to you, is in and of itself a form of manipulation, because you still need them more than they need you. So if you go back, let's just say it works. Let's just say they're like, you know what? Let's give it a second try. Let's give it another try. Why not? And then you do. You're still living in a relationship where you didn't do the work to self-love and self-respect yourself. That wasn't really gracefully worded. But you didn't do the work to love yourself to the point where you don't need somebody who walked away from you and who didn't care about you. Actually, I just spent like 3 minutes answering your whole question. So I know we're working on a bit of a delay here, so I'll just let that catch up. Okay, back to being friends with an ex. There's a very simple reason about why your ex wants to be friends with you guys. Whoever has this question about, hey, my ex wanted to be friends, what's the deal with that? How are they going to break up with me and then try and be my friend? Your ex wants to be your friend for several reasons, but the big ones that stick out are A, they care about you, they just don't want to be in a romantic relationship with you, right? It's possible to care about somebody and not want to be with them, right? It's paradoxical, but it exists. But B, they want to be your friend right around the time of the breakup so that you can help them get over the breakup. And I want everybody to remember this. Your ex is a person too, with emotions and feelings and uncertainties, just like you are, and expectations, just like you are. And one of the big reasons, not the only reason, I'm not saying that, I'm saying one of the big reasons that an ex, the dumper, usually wants to be friends with the dumpee is so that the dumpee will help them get past it, help them get over the loneliness. That's usually why the dumper wants that. Not always. Sometimes they love you and they miss you and they want you to be a part of, their life. Is Magnet of Success any good? Asks Magnet of Success. Was that are you the channel that did that one drawing? That's like the drawing video? So a lot of people like that video. Hello, Dan. How are you? Hi, MS. What's going on? Hi, John. 1, ASMR? Yeah, I'm gonna get back to the ASMR stuff. 2, love you. Love you guys too. 3, is anger a phase your ex could go through during no contact? Absolutely. Abso-bloody-lutely. 1,000,000,000% yes. Guys, you have to understand that breakups are difficult, right? Remember that your ex is not completely certain. They're not completely emotion-free. They still feel angry. They still feel hurt or sad, or that maybe some exes are pissed off that a breakup happened, but they broke up with you because they felt like nothing's gonna change. So we ask, like, why are they angry after a breakup? And the answer is because they are angry that they were forced into a situation where they felt you wouldn't do the work. In their mind, hey, I keep trying to tell you what I need to be happy in this relationship, and you don't do it. And then the relationship breaks up, and they're cold, and they're angry, and they're like, I don't get it. They broke up with me, and then they're acting really crappy to me. The answer is because they were angry that you made them have to be a dumper. This isn't always the case. This is just often the case. Do we all have a fear of being alone? I'm not gonna say yes, but I think that you're on to the right path of questioning. I think it's not a fear of being alone, rather a fear of being unimportant, or validated, or pretty enough, or man enough, whatever version it is for you. And remember, love comes from our parents, right? We learn how to do everything from our parents. We learn how to walk, we learn how to talk, eat, and we learn how to love. And so if we feel like we didn't get enough love, we're going to go seek it, right? We've talked about this before. We seek what we lack. So if we don't feel that we're loved enough, yeah, we're going to go search it and hunt for it, forgetting that we can provide it for ourselves. That's what throws people off, is the fact that everything you need is within you. And people are saying, oh, come on, you're just saying that. You're just trying to trick us into getting over our exes. Guys and girls, everybody, of any identification, of any pronoun, consider that when you attracted your ex, when you first met them and you first attracted them, consider that you did not need them. You didn't need them. So if you didn't need them when you attracted them, then the relationship goes on and then you start to need them. What's changed? Well, what's changed is I forgot how to be an individual. I stopped being me and I started being us. It's as simple as that. That's the only thing that's changed. You forgot how to be by yourself. Okay. Off my pedestal. Now, let's get... You guys gotta take me off the pedestal. Let's get to a couple questions here. So, let's see. Guys, remember, if you can, try and keep your question limited to one comment. If there are multiple comments, I'm not going to be able to get to them. Okay, Michelle says, I broke up. He started a relationship 3 months after we broke up. He told me how much he loves me but wants to move on. 15 months later, my pics are still up on his Facebook, not hers. Confused. So I have a couple of threads to pull on here. So it's been 15 months and you're still looking at these sorts of YouTube channels, right? Trying to figure out why your ex hasn't removed his pictures from Facebook. I think the problem may stem deeper than your ex's, Facebook page. Consider, why do these things still matter to you as much as they do, to the point where you've sought answers for them? Why has your ex hasn't taken down your photos of you and him? There's no way for me to answer that. I think the reality is that he probably just didn't think about it and he didn't feel a need to, right? I don't want to forget the relationships I've been in. I want to help them or use them to help me become a better person. I think that's the easy answer. Alrighty, let's move on to the next one. If my ex... this is from Maria. Maria says, if my ex gets angry at me because I didn't invite him to a party, is he looking for validation? Probably. Probably. It's probably a trap. Again, mind reading, but it's probably a trap. Alright, this username is Blazvatan. Yeah, I answered part of your question earlier. Rory, should I avoid sleeping with my ex if I go get my stuff and I'm in no contact? Yes, no contact cannot happen while you are having sex with another person. Those two things are pretty much exact opposites. No contact is about space, sex is about no space. So, I wouldn't do that right now. Joe Nell, hi Rory, hope you have an amazing day. You too, Joe. What's going on, man? Indigo says, how good are the chances of getting back together after a 4-month relationship? It's already been 2 months and she stopped reaching out. Again, guys, the mind reading questions are hard for me to answer. There's no... I mean, if I give you an answer, it's based on a guess, not on any actual hard proof or evidence or science. Is it possible? Yeah, the chance is not 0, so there is a chance, but are you going to use that to leave you hung up even longer? Right? Andy says, hi Rory, I'm going to go on a date tomorrow night with an American girl. Alright, go Andy. You are truly a man of the people. Let's see, Olga says, hi Rory, if every situation is different and every breakup is different, why then is there always one strategy, no contact? Because there is a constant, right? The common denominator in every relationship that you are in is you. I'm going to say that again. You are the common denominator for every relationship you've been in. And if you guys are here searching how to get your ex back, I am often met with people who are not working on themselves to the degree they know they could. We always get into relationships because we need someone, not because we want someone. Now, this isn't true for everybody, but more often than not, the reason for the breakup, more often than not always, just more often than not, is because you needed them more than they needed you. When it should be, instead of you need them more than they need you, it should be, we want each other equally. So, something to consider. Jalen says, what to do if she cheated on you twice? Jalen, my friend, do not let there be a third time. Right? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, etc. Fool me 3 times, what am I doing? Alright, let's jump to another question here. Valentino, my ex keeps sending me selfies when she cancels the date twice. Should I carry on with the conversation? No, because let your ex's actions speak louder than your ex's words. She's sending you selfies, but the dates she's just canceling on. She's getting away with it, right? You're letting your ex get away with it. There's no accountability. Oh, thank you, Slinky. If you are in a situation where your ex is messaging you, right? They're free to contact you and stuff. But they don't actually want to see you. That doesn't work for you. And you have to tell your ex, remind them, hey, I'm not interested in friendship. I'm just not interested in being friends with you. I'm sorry. I want you as a partner. I want you as maybe, who knows, one day a wife or a husband or whatever it might be. And we can't have that if you're canceling dates but sending me selfies. So think of it that way. Yeah, guys, don't worry. I'll keep an eye out for your questions, guys, but just remember that there are a ton of you at present. There's 185 of you here, so I realize that a lot of people want their questions answered. And as I always say, if I didn't get to your question, don't worry. Just post it in a comment when this goes up as a video, and I try my best to get to every question there. Okay? All right, let's get to another one. So Michael says, my ex-girlfriend just got into a new relationship the other day, but sent me a Snapchat at 4 a.m. saying she couldn't sleep. I'm confused. There is... I mean, I'm sure she's confused, but at the end of the day, what are you going to do? She's with another guy, you know? Say, hey, go tell your boyfriend. She said she couldn't sleep. Tell your boyfriend you can't sleep. Right? Not me. Hey, Roy, is there going to be a live stream for the patrons? Yeah. The live stream for the patrons, the topic is going to go up tomorrow, actually. But the live chat is not today. I think it's next week. I think I posted it for. I got to go check after I close this. All right. Can you do a video? Hi, Strauss. Other subtle, specific ways you're breaking no contact without realizing. That's an interesting one. Yes, I will try and think of some things. That's an interesting topic. I haven't considered that one. Usually breaking no contact is very obvious, but yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that. Nike says, had an ex reach out to me and I didn't set a date. She was sending breadcrumbs. She's still in a relationship to where she can't give me what I want. She's still hung up on an ex. Should I have set a date? No. No. No, I don't think you should have set a date. She reached out to you and I didn't set a date. She was sending breadcrumbs. She's still in a situation to where she can't give me what if she doesn't give you what you want, you back away. Thank you, Jahid. I'm getting so much love today. I gotta give some back. You guys are awesome. Alright, let's see here. Naomi, is it possible that someone loves you but let you go? Absolutely. Abso-bloody-lutely. Insane, thank you for the $1 donation. Appreciate that. By the way, this slipped my mind as I was launching because I may or may not have spilled coffee on myself today. The second I hit live. The charities that we're doing for this month being the month of June, is the St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and the other one is the Wounded Warrior Project. Those are the two charities that we're doing for this month. And these are, I believe, worldwide charities. St. Jude's might be America only, or US only. I actually have to check. I'm going to close my mouth now. I don't actually know. But I'll look it up, and I'll leave the links for you guys later. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate the 10 euros. So once again, those two charities were the Wounded Warrior Project for veterans wounded in war, obviously. And the other one was St. Jude's Children's Hospital for sick kids with cancer, things like that. Yeti, thank you for the €1. Appreciate it. Okay, let's get to some more questions here. Trance said, my ex reached out 2 months in no contact. Where are we at? I lost your question. My ex reached out 2 months in no contact. She gave me a sarcastic thank you for being honest. Now I know who you really are. I respond, what do you mean? Still no answer. Should I still stay in no contact? Absolutely. There's no point to push that interaction further. It's a negative interaction. Why? So John asks, thank you for the $4 donation, John. Why could they look happy on social media and maybe not be? Social media, I think we can all agree here that social media is a lie, right? Social media is a lie. We give so much of ourselves on social media. We post what's going right. We post selfies carefully crafted to make us look our best in the perfect lighting with the perfect filter, with the sun in the background or whatever it might be, with attractive people, us smiling, having the greatest times of our lives. But we never post the struggle. We never post the hardship. We never post what's going wrong. We always post what's going right. And then people go on social media and they look and they're thinking, wow, look at all these amazing people. Why isn't my life like this? And then this fun little thing called the grass is greener sets in. And then we wonder why all the green grass everywhere else beyond our fence looks so much better than the grass that we're standing on. But go and inspect that grass closer. Go live that life for a day. For a day, it might seem pretty cool, right? But once you really get down in the dirt and you start inspecting the grass, it's not green. It's brown, right? You're not seeing what everybody else is feeling. You're only seeing the best of the best. You're only seeing the best moments. You're never seeing the breakdowns, or the crying, or the worst moments, or the days where, like I did, you spill coffee on yourself. Hot coffee, by the way, like fresh coffee. So, consider it like that. Consider it like that. And I think it's important. Whoa. Thank you for the $100 euros. I appreciate that. I am not sure how to pronounce your name properly. Guillaume? Guillaume? I'm going to assume it's Guillaume. Thank you for the 100 euros. Like we said, guys, this money, $0 of it goes to me in my wallet. All of this money goes to charity under the name The Love Chat. So thank you guys so much. You guys are fantastic. You guys, this is what I'm talking about, man. Look, breakups are negative, right? Breakups make us feel bad. They make us feel like there's no point. So when I come to this community and I see the positivity that exudes and the commiseration, you know, and the love that everybody has for each other, that's why I love doing the Love Chat. I like helping people, and I like seeing people help themselves, and I like seeing people help others. And that's awesome. So, Guillaume. Well, thank you regardless for the 100 euros. And you're going to help out some sick kids with that. So thank you. So you guys are pretty awesome, right? And it's cool because guess what? All of this positivity goes around. Behavior is infectious, right? If I create positivity, I will observe positivity. If I create negativity, I will observe negativity. Be the type of people that others want to be around. Be the type of people that move your life and the lives of others forward. The lives of others. Bull. Okay. So, back to it. Let's get to some more questions here. Sierra. Rory, when would you say to expect the sudden sucker punch of emotion to hit you during the healing process when you're feeling good again? It's hard because sometimes it never hits you, right? Sometimes you feel fine. For me, it happened probably about 4.5 months in. I was feeling pretty good, and then out of nowhere, just bam, it hit me. I felt horrible. So, there's no way of answering that question. Rory, has there been an instance they never reach out? All the time. All the time. No contact is not foolproof, guys. But I think the question is based on a fear, right? Does it mean that no matter what I do, might they never reach out? And the answer is yes. Sometimes, no matter what you do, no matter how much you work on yourself, no matter how much you love yourself, they don't reach out. It's just the reality of where we are. Not every relationship will get back together. But guess what? A lot of them do. A lot of them do. Valentino, thank you for the 5 euros. I appreciate it. Vita, hi Rory. I am proof you will heal. 9 months after my breakup, let me restart this. I am a new man and improving every day. If I healed, anyone can. Even after my ex never reached out. So look at that. His ex didn't reach out. I shouldn't assume you're he. Vita's ex never reached out, and Vita's fine. Right? It's possible. It does work. Martin says, it's amazing. No contact. Yes, I did all the pleading, then came across the love chat and dating guy. Immediately stopped. She's fading, but I know our souls touched. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Be positive. Vita's a man. All right, cool. Now we got it. Be the type of person that people want to be around, because guess what? It makes it easier. It makes the likelihood that your ex comes back better. So if somebody's offering you a magic pill, like Brad Browning or Dan Bacon, and they're saying, oh, just wait a couple of days and then reach out and you'll get back with your ex, promise. Also buy my emergency kit. And if you don't buy it, your chances of getting your ex back are worse, right? That's what they'll say. Versus, hey, just love yourself. Take care of you. You're not going to feel this way forever. And when you're done feeling this way, you're going to love yourself more than you ever have in your life. Which one would you rather have? The one that's going to blow up any chance you have of getting your ex back? From the guys who pay for positive reviews on their YouTube channel? Right? Or do you want the real results? The actual results. And most of you are above 20. And so I will say this to you. You must have learned by the time you're 20 and beyond that nothing worth having is easy to get. So the gauntlet I'm throwing down is, why the hell would reattracting an ex be any different? Right? You want a new body? Go to the gym. It's not easy, but you can do it. You want good grades? Go to school, study. It's not easy, but you can do it. You want to live your best life? It's not easy, but you can do it. And people want to be around you because of it. So consider that. Okay, more questions. Meg says, when is it okay to start initiating contact yourself once no contact has been broken by the dumper? I would, because they broke up with you, I would have them come to you more than you go to them. I would say, if you're in the reconciliation phase, I'm going to softball this number in because every situation's different and the details within the situations are different. So I'll say, if they can't, for every 7, I'm uncomfortable giving a specific number, but I'll just, a grain of salt to everybody listening. Don't get married to this number. If you're in the reconciliation phase, let them come to you 7 times, you come to them 3 times. 7 to 3. That seems fair. They broke up with you, you want them to prove that they're going to win you back? Fine, prove it. Don't punish them, you just want some guarantees here. All right, Talia, I'm not sure which it is, but Let me answer your question. Why does an ex keep an eye on your social media if they think that they don't want you? Like, we can see you. You're right. A lot of the time you can see that they're checking. And I think that a big answer for that is because they're still curious, right? Just because they don't want you, or romantically speaking, does not mean that they're not curious about you or still care about you. I think that's the answer to what you're saying here. So it's spooky. Rory, I've been without my ex for nearly a year, and I've moved past it and focused on myself throughout the healing process. However, thoughts still sting. I see her regularly, but it hurts sometimes. What do? Well, I mean, you see your ex regularly, so, you know, you have gone past it, but you're still forced to, like, walk on eggshells, so to speak. And I think that that's not gonna help, right? I mean, just because you've gotten used to how fire feels doesn't mean it doesn't burn from time to time. So you're reliving a negative memory, right? The attachment will never fully fade if you constantly have to see your ex. I think that's kind of what we're talking about here. What do? I mean, you just have to learn that it doesn't have any power over you. You are hurt the moment you believe yourself to be. That is probably the biggest stoic tenet that anybody can read about. Epictetus said, you are hurt the moment you believe yourself to be. You know? So, suffering is optional. It is. Suffering is optional. I say that to everybody. Struggle's not optional. You will struggle in life, but you don't have to suffer in life. Use your struggle to make it better, to make you better and stronger. Hey Rory, when is your roasting video coming with the dating guy? When is my roasting video coming with the dating guy? You know, I feel like anything I say will give it away. Maybe we should just keep it a secret for now, huh? All I will say is that the dating guy and I are planning on doing something together. That's all I'm going to say. All right, next question. My ex finally reached out, and I asked how I was. I replied, I'm good, and I didn't get a reply back. I didn't ask how she was. Did I mess up? No. No, you did not mess up. What are examples of breadcrumbs? I did a whole video on breadcrumbing, actually. It's early. It's one of the early videos, like before I had a screen logo. You mean you plan on doing a video with yourself? Where did that come from? Where did that whole thing come from? The, that, like, I'm secretly the dating guy's secretly me. Not fair. Not fair. We don't sound anything alike. Not fair. Just relax. You're going to be fine. Okay, on to the next one. Anonymous says, why would an ex try to be friends while being in a relationship with another person the partner doesn't know? It's quite disrespectful. I agree. It is quite disrespectful. Why is your ex trying to be friends? Probably because your ex misses you. Any plans on videos with a face cam? I do use a face cam time to time on Twitch, but I haven't been on Twitch in a while. So if you guys have Twitch, go follow my Twitch and maybe you'll see my face. Victor says, hey Rory, is no contact still the right move after apologizing for taking her for granted? Well, you've already apologized, right? So now just back away and focus on you. You've already said what you needed to say. For one, dating guy is Irish, and Rory did a great impression just now. Maybe I am the dating guy. You never know. Pain is temporary, failure is forever. I would edit that statement, Dan. I would say pain is temporary, giving up is forever. Right? Surrendering is forever. You don't surrender. There is no surrender. House Baratheon says ours is the fury. Right? Move forward. Become better because of what's happened. You guys have the choice, and if your choices are beautiful, you will be beautiful too. It's another Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius. All right. Dan has been asking this for a while, so sorry, Dan, I'm just getting to you now. Dan says, what are some simple things to maintain a healthy relationship? I heard never to go to bed angry at your partner. That's definitely one of them. Open communication. Open and honest communication, even when you know it's going to hurt them. I actually did a video on maintaining healthy relationships recently, Dan. You should check that video out. I believe in that. Don't go to bed angry at your partner, but also know when not to force an interaction, right? And be honest with your partner, even if you know it'll hurt them. Don't try and defend them from that. Be self-critical, right? Ask yourself if you're the problem, because oftentimes we are. All right, moving on. Scotty says, Rory, what if you made it clear to your ex that you can't be friends with them because too much feelings are still lingering, and ask for space and ask them to please respect that, but they keep texting. I would reiterate it to them, and if they still will not respect what you need, block them. Honestly, if you're not ready and if it's hurting you and making you worse, block them. That's what you have to do. They wouldn't respect you, right? That's what I would recommend. Nelson says, when will the time come to stop watching your channel? Very good question. Very good question. That was actually going to be, it's going to be one of the videos I'm doing later this week. There is a time to stop watching these videos. Mine, the Dating Guys, Craig Kenneth's, Corey Wayne's. And when's the right time? Well, the right time is when you're replacing these videos as an addiction. And I think a lot of us, when we're going through the breakup, we plot different ways to get our ex back. We watch different videos, we read different articles, we go on Reddit, go on YouTube, etc. And that takes place of any self-love and self-healing that we should be doing. Now, at first, the first 2-3 months, I don't think watching these videos is a big deal. But watching these videos becomes a big deal very quickly when you're watching these videos instead of doing the self-work and the self-love. This advice is not effective unless you use it. My videos might calm you down in the moment. Dating Guys videos, Corey Wayne, Craig Kenneth's videos might calm you down in the moment. And Susan Winters is another great one. But our advice is useless unless you use it. So don't put a Band-Aid on an open wound that's bleeding out and the Band-Aid's not covering the whole thing, right? You need to work to close the wound, work to close the problem. So it's a good question. I'm going to be doing a bigger video on that, you know, because, and think about that, guys. Like, I get money from the ads, right? When you watch my YouTube videos. Why would I tell you to stop watching them? Think about that. Why would I tell you that unless it's the real deal? Unless it's because you need to realize when it's gratuitous. It's just, you're watching it rather than focusing on you, taking care of yourself. Because I've been there. I've been the guy, you know, years ago watching whatever videos existed on YouTube, I don't even remember, and reading countless articles, talking to friends, but not actually doing the work to heal until I hit rock bottom and said, something's got to change. And then, that's when I finally started to feel better. That's when I finally felt more whole. So when I actually did the work. So the videos were good for a while, but not forever. All right, Walter says, "Hey Rory, my ex finally, after 7 months, unfollowed me on Instagram, but didn't unfriend me on Facebook. And an hour or so after she unfollowed me, looked at my Snapchats. She's thinking about you, my friend. She's thinking about you. That's all I got. She is thinking about you." Is dating even relevant in this era? I would say dating is relevant forever, right? We want to date so we can find somebody to be with and have babies and continue the human race. I would still call it pretty relevant, but I think a lot of people fall down the red pill path, which is just misguided, and I got to do a video on that, but ugh, a whole different sort of troll comes out of the red pill community. At any rate, let's get to some more questions here. So Hidemi says, some dumpies got back together with an ex over time when they were the one who reached out. Can you explain how this works? So I've said this before. No contact is not, never was, supposed to be for getting an ex back. Ever. It is always to get yourself back. And part of getting yourself back and being a more attractive version of yourself that truly loves yourself, stems from the self-love and the self-work. Now, when you reach out to an ex who broke up with you, who walked away from you, that's not a very self-loving thing. You were okay. I mean, the dog bit you and you gave it another cookie. So for these people who you've probably read about on the internet, whose stories were probably full, they probably didn't even tell you the whole story. And you're reading, oh, but I reached out to my ex and I got them back. You're going to think, yeah, hey, wait a minute. Well, first off, we don't know their whole story. We only know what they felt necessary to share. And maybe it's a personal friend, right? I reached out to my ex and I got them back. But you didn't know what the ins and outs of their relationship was like. You didn't know if this dumpy had maybe done something that caused the dumper to break up with them. Something big, like cheating or abuse or not paying attention or neglecting. Maybe the dumper didn't really want to break up with the dumpy and the feelings were still there. There's just too many scenarios. There's too many variables. But out of all of them, out of every scenario that I've ever heard of, from my live coaching, from when I did this stuff off of YouTube doing behavioral analysis, I learned that nobody loves themselves. Really, nobody really likes themselves. We look in the mirror and we think, yeah, it's okay. And that's prevalent in so many different areas. And we wonder why the divorce rate in the United States, for example, is like 52% right now. 52%. Over half of people who get married break up. So just think about that. Next roast is Brad Browning again. All right, let's get this piece of shit. Bacon Browning. Now everybody say hi to the dating guy. Dating guy's here. So, here's a question I want to get to real quick. Is Love Advice TV shit? Yes, they are. Natalie seems the best of the worst. A lot of clickbait in their videos. Okay. I feel like we should roast Love Advice TV. Absolutely. Abso-bloody-lutely. There was just a question I was answering about Love Advice TV. And they said, is Love Advice TV the best of the worst? I mean, even Data doesn't like them, see? 3 barks for no. I hate them. Here's my problem with Love Advice TV. And I've said this before in a different video. Think about what they do, right? They post themselves in very fancy locations. They're very professionally dressed. They might have a grand piano and a very fancy fireplace in the background. And they're saying, if you... and don't forget, nice microphones, nice cameras. The equipment looks great, very high quality, very professional. And then they get you to go to them, right? Because they only need to get your money one time. They only need to win your money once, guys. And then when you go there and you get a generic letter, oh, hey, yeah, we understand that breakups are complicated and all, but just send your ex a handwritten letter and things will get better, we promise. And then you write that letter. And then they say, hey, sign up for a second session and we'll review your letter. You know? Think about that. People who want you to do better. Oh, and not to mention they call themselves love optimizers. What the hell does that even mean? And think about how none of them have credentials. Who are these people? Who are these random ass people on the internet to give you advice that, look, I've made this comparison before. If you go to the casino, you bring money understanding the core concept that you are taking a risk. You might lose the money. But when you talk to somebody about love, and all of their advice is based on the other person, the other person's actions, what the other person might do, it's bullshit. So for those of you who said, hey, my ex just unfriended me on social media, what does this mean? I could answer to you something that's completely ridiculous. I could say, oh, well, your ex is actually Iron Man and he's going to fight Thanos right now. It doesn't mean anything. I don't know what they're doing. And you guys know that coaches, I even hate the word coach. It drives me crazy. People like myself, like the dating guy, like Craig Kenneth, we don't know. We can't know. We can only give you insight as to maybes. And so that's why so much of our information is based around you and what you should be doing rather than what your ex might be doing. So any advice that I see that's based around, this bullcrap of ignore your ex for 7 days and then reach out with a funny memory, as if your ex is just an idiot, and as if that doesn't make you even remotely transparent, it's bullshit. And for those of you who are in your most heartbroken moments, who don't believe it, you're kind of like, oh, hold on, that doesn't sound right. They broke up with me and you want me to send them a message? Think about that. Even you guys in your most heartbroken moments are still kind of like, oh, that doesn't sound right. What does that tell you? But now here's where it gets kind of weird, because some of their videos make sense, right? They say, hey, go to the gym and focus on yourself. For those videos, I applaud them. But only for those videos. Because when you actually go to them and get their advice makes no sense. And it doesn't work. And I'm sure the dating guy can speak to this as well. I've coached many people who've gone to Brad Browning, Dan Bacon, Coach Lee, Love Advice TV. And the thing is that they trick you through their videos that they know what they're talking about. But when you get there, there's nothing. It's all advice based on a guess or manipulation. It's never advice based on you and how to love yourself and how to take care of yourself, with the knowledge that when you don't need your ex, you appear more attractive to them. And not a single person here can say, hey, you know, but when I first met my ex, like the very first day I met them, I totally needed them. No, the hell you didn't. No, you didn't. You grew to want them, and then eventually that turned into need. Like I said earlier, you stopped being me, and you started being us. So that's all you need to do. Return once again to me, the person, yourself, the individual. Relationships blow up when you care more about the relationship than you do about the relationship you have with yourself. It's just the truth, every time. There's always an element of that. So somebody asked, well, why do some people get back to their ex with their ex when they reach out? Yeah, but what happened after that? Did the relationship return exactly to where it was because none of the underlying problems were solved? Did the person who reached out to their ex and got their ex back have a horrible time full of anxiety because they realized that their ex didn't actually need to do the work to get back? Mohammed, I want you to know that out of the 234 people here, I'm specifically ignoring your question. What's your question, dude? There's a lot of you here, man. I'm gonna miss some questions. Let's see. Where? Looking for your question. Can't find it. Do me a favor and repost your question, man. Do you think the signs of attraction apply if someone shows them while they have been drinking? I'm not. That's a question that. Let's ask the question again if they show the same signs when they haven't been drinking. Miguel's question. Guys, you know the deal. There's hundreds. There's over 200 people here. There's so many. Just keep reposting them, guys. Vanessa says, Rory, I've been unblocked and he added me on Snapchat. Will he contact me? I don't know. Maybe he will. Honey says, I believe the more I keep him on the pedestal, the more he shows attitude. True that. So take him off. Take a hammer to the pedestal. He don't need it. Where are we at? Okay. How do you deal with your jealousy? Jealousy stems from fear, so deal with your fear first. Jealousy stems from fear. I'm afraid that they're going to leave me. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you, Kat. Musa says, I've been visiting my ex's father in the hospital. Her mom wants us back together. I love her parents, and I don't want to lose the relationship with them over this petty breakup. True that. Just give it the time. Give it the space. Sierra, I gotta go, Rory. Give the dating guy a big ol' internet hug for me. I think he's still here. Give him a hug yourself. Dating guy and I are in no contact at the moment. I kid. Tim says, did a coaching with you. Dating the woman that was married to the mayor. Did 30 days of no contact, then she reached out. She said she wanted to see me, but spends her time with her husband. Now what? I mean, it's tough shit for both of you, right? She wants to see you, but she can't. What are you supposed to do with that information? You know? Say thanks, but get rid of that guy in your life, because I'm not going to help you cheat on him. That's what I would do. Alrighty. Jesh says, hello, I want to stop waiting for him. Should I? Yes, you should. Rory, make relationships great again. No. I mean, yes, but no. No. I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it the Trump way. No, thank you. I'd rather do it the me way. Which is love yourself first, then go have good relationships. Alright. The questions are coming in so quick. Here we go. Real Goldfinger. Reaching out with some indirect direct approach while being on the rebound should be dismissed. I think so. Yeah. They're with somebody else. You can let them know, hey, you know, thanks for reaching out. I appreciate it, but you're with somebody else, and we can't really be together if you're with somebody else. So if it doesn't work out, give me a call. That's it, right? Don't help them be worse. Let me repeat that. Don't help them be worse. Rory, my ex and his family want to spend time with my son. He's 13 years, not blood related. Is this breaking no contact? Is this breaking no contact? Is this wise? I did the breakup. He didn't want to do the work. 2 years together. I think if it's your son, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. No contact is usually a period of space from your ex so that they are... so they get some time away from you. Right? Let's just put it bluntly. So they get time away from you. So that they can compare for themselves. If they want to be with you. And one of the things that they're going to feel when you consistently reach out to them is, oh god, they're trying to get me back again. Right? Give them time away. But if it's about getting your stuff, or if it's about family, or if it's about business, then it's fine, right? Because it's not about you getting them back. It's about them seeing your son. So I think that's okay. So Rishab says, hey, I was in a long-distance relationship, 1 year together. She broke up with me last month. I tried convincing her, but she now stopped responding. What to do? Leave her alone. Leave her 100% alone. All right, I'm going to get to one more question here. Let's see. Gwen. Hi, Rory. My ex hasn't updated his dating profile. It says he's dating someone special. It's been 14 months of no contact. Why? I'd love to answer that question for you, but again, it's mind reading. It's hard. I'd love to answer the question, but it is mind reading. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. I ask this of everybody here to do two things. A, if you have not, go to the Dating Guy's YouTube channel, give him a follow, because he is a fantastic content creator, and he gives a lot of good advice, and it's non-manipulative. Go follow the Dating Guy if you don't. You will not regret it. And 2, go to his latest video, and in the comments of his video, because it's going to be funny, I hope he's not here, go post a random coach that you want the Dating Guy and myself to roast. We already talked about Love Advice TV. Go post any random coach that you saw that you didn't like that you want me and the Dating Guy to roast without any explanation. Don't tell him I told you to do it. It's going to be really funny when he sees like 200 new comments. All right, everybody. I'm going to leave it here. Now, remember, if I didn't get a chance to get to your question, about 2 minutes or so after this live stream goes down, it will be posted as a video to my channel. All you need to do to get your question answered is leave it as a comment on that video. Okay? And I will talk with everybody next time.